So over the last 24 hours, some spoilers for The Last Jedi have begun to leak, and I'm here to share them all with you. So if you don't want to know a spoiler for this film, I suggest you turn off this video. But if you're like me and the millions out there that want to know how stupid this film is about to be, stay tuned to this video because, whew, from the sound of it, The Last Jedi is a fucking doozy. So this screenshot right here comes from the Pawn, who was a premium member over at the Replica Prop Forum. Now, a lot of people are going to assume, oh, he's a troll, always fake, always making it up. But if you pay close attention, he's been a member for over 6 years. And I posted almost every post he's had in this thread discussing The Last Jedi. A lot of people want to discredit him and say he's fake. A lot of those people also joined yesterday with only 1 or 2 posts to their name, all decrying this guy's post. So, take with this what you will. If you think it's fake, that's fine. I'm not saying it's real. I have no verification for its validity. But it seems plausible because of how dumb The Force Awakens was. Why not do it a second time? It'll make money, but it'll make no sense. So, let's go in with this first screenshot. Now, I'm just going to read this one verbatim, and then I'm going to start talking about my feelings towards this while I show you a host of other screenshots from this guy. This will answer a lot of questions anyone has. Now, remember, this isn't me. I have no insider information. I'm just reporting on what I found out there. So if some of this turns out to be fake, blame the Pawn, not this messenger. So, the Resistance is blown to hell at beginning. There is a plot about tracking to lightspeed so the Resistance will not go into lightspeed. Entire movie is First Order chasing Resistance. Finn are dispatched to find Hal not to track in lightspeed. Finn and Rose and BB-8 go to Casino looking for Codecracker to get him on board to disable tracking device of First Order. Poe is still a hotshot pilot and goes rogue pilot and blows up missile air defenses. Leia is pissed at him and demotes him for going rogue. He causes mutiny in towards end of film but helps Resistance escape to planet. Luke uses his lightsaber in 2 flashback scenes. Rey leaves Luke to go fight Kylo. Humor. Porgs are everywhere. Chewbacca accidentally kills one and almost eats one. 3 Porgs show up with sad eyes, and he does not. Battle between Rey and Kylo is not final battle of movies. Kylo kills Snoke. Kylo and Rey team up. Rey does not turn. Rey escapes. Rey lightsaber is destroyed and does not have one at the end. Final battle is between Luke and Kylo, but Luke is still on Ahch-To, projecting his image and never leaves Ahch-To. He has so much force power to project himself, he dies at end. Force drained. Luke does talk to Leia, but it's his projected image. Kylo is super evil at end. Luke should have killed him when he had the chance at Academy, or he would be redeemed in Episode 9. Movie ends with everyone on Falcon reunited. Rey, Leia, Poe, Finn, R2, Chewbacca, BB-8. Resistance is really done. Rey does not have lightsaber at end, but can retrieve Luke's on Ahch-To. Also, movie ends with Leia alive, so 9 should have been her movie, most likely converting Kylo back to the good side. Not sure where they will go with that now. I thought it would be cool if Luke showed up after Snoke dies and Rey and Kylo team up being the super bad guy, but no, that does not happen. Also, while in Ahch-To, Snoke allows Rey and Kylo to talk through the Force, so you think these two are brother and sister or related, but it turns out not to be true. But it does lead Kylo betraying Snoke and taking control at the end. Rey is the new Jedi, and Kylo is the new Darth Vader bad guy at the end. Also, Rey learns that her parents were junk dealers who left her on Jakku. She is a nobody. Kylo says all these quotes about the past being gone in movie many times. Luke too, I think. So outside of this being poorly written, it raises many questions for me. So first off, there's a plot point about being tracked through hyperspace. Well, remember in the first Star Wars movie when Darth Vader says they've just made the jump into hyperspace, and Vader and Tarkin have the discussion about the homing beacon aboard their ship, and he's taking an awful risk there, Vader? Well, hey, we ripped off the first Star Wars in Episode 7, why not do it again? So there's a plot point from the original one. So the next talks about this casino that Rose and Finn go to. Well, this sounds exactly like the plot summary I released, months ago, maybe a year ago. So I guess a lot of that stuff, with the exception of the Anakin Force Ghost, is coming true. I don't know, I'll have to go back and look at that. So you get more of the hallmark of Disney Star Wars films, which are flashbacks. Remember in the old Star Wars movies, we really didn't have those? Or just not at all, flat out didn't have those. But now it's a thing. It's a visual shorthand for the stupidity of the new Star Wars movies. We have to flash back. We can't tell a good, strong narrative that travels forward. So Rey goes to leave Luke and to fight Kylo Ren. So that sounds just like when Luke left Yoda to go fight Darth Vader on Cloud City, except this time Rey loses a lightsaber instead of a hand. So there we go already with our first taste of modern feminism and entertainment. We can't have any violence towards women. I don't support domestic violence, but in a film, a hero has to go through some trials and tribulations. So if the only thing this girl loses is the lightsaber that she took, that's really not like adversity she's got to overcome. Luke lost a hand. Anakin lost his arm down before he fought Obi-Wan. Those dudes kind of went through some shit, and that was how you paralleled the story. But if we're going to parallel the story and cherry pick the safe elements as not to offend the Tumblerinas online, well, you just can't. You either got to go full bore, or you don't do it. You do something completely different. But it's Disney, and they just want money. They don't want entertainment to be good. So the final battle between Luke and Kylo. So it turns out that Luke was a Jedi projection this entire time. I know people are saying, oh, the Force, the Force, the Force. Well, the Force is cool, but this is like a stupid plot point just to try to trick the audience. The whole twist of this movie is that Luke goes off to fight and he's a fucking projection. That's really lame. That's just like a gotcha moment that no one saw coming, but no one wanted either. I'm not saying people wanted Vader to be Luke's father in 1980, but people don't want Luke to just, like, have sat on a planet the entire time. That sounds like some Matrix level shit right there. So, there we go. There's another franchise Star Wars is now borrowing from. And I know some of the ardent defenders of Disney will say, but Jeff, Star Wars borrowed from Kurosawa films and all kinds of stuff that came before it, Flash Gordon and the like. Yes, it was influenced like that, but it didn't steal. It took thematically from that. Star Wars borrowed thematically, the hero's journey. All these great things came together to make Star Wars this universal tale that we're still talking about 40 years later. Now we're sitting at a point where it's like, hey, The Matrix came out in 2003. Well, it's 2017, so our core audience wasn't alive back then. 2003 is so old to them that they'll never go back and watch The Matrix. Neo doesn't matter. Maybe Neo's not as good as Luke Skywalker, but at least Neo in the Matrix trilogy maintained their credibility, far better than this new Disney Star Wars franchise. So Luke dies from being drained of the Force. Kinda gay. Luke Skywalker, the greatest Jedi in all of cinema, because there's only like a handful of them, but the man who epitomized the journey of Star Wars, dies because he's out of Force? That is the fucking dumbest thing I've read in a long time. That's like when Padme dies of a broken heart. So Luke dies because he's tapped out of Force energy. So for the first 19 years of his life when he wasn't training in the Force, what the fuck? Where does that come into play? Oh, well, once you become one with the Force and the Force is one with me, fuck that movie, by the way, we changed the rules to make it appealing to everyone else. Speaking of changing rules, and I'm sorry, I'm on a rant, I'm very pissed off. This sounds so bad. If this guy Rian Johnson is the fucking guy that's gonna start producing the next trilogy, I'm out. I'm fucking out. This movie sounds like a fucking dumpster fire. Just a big fucking mess of shit. Oh my god, if it wasn't for you people, and I read this, I would just skip this one in the theaters. It sounds like Empire, but it takes the bad parts of Empire. It takes the visual cues of Empire, so you look at it and go, Empire, best Star Wars movie. Oh my god, this is just like that. I'm in. But if you paid attention below the surface, it's like the Pedialyte of Empire. It really serves no purpose unless you're an alcoholic. Or in this case, a stupid person. So everyone survives on the Millennium Falcon. Yay! We gotta use the Millennium Falcon as a marketing ploy so we can sell more toys. Even though it's Han Solo and Chewbacca's ship. And they both should have died together and went down with the ship. Because at this point, it's just an image to sell you shit. It doesn't serve any purpose of the story. Back in the day, Each ship had its own identity and its own user. The Millennium Falcon wasn't this everybody ship. It was Han Solo's piece of junk, and he loved it more than he loved most people, and it worked. They went out on the Falcon because they needed Han, and Han and the Falcon were one and the same. Now the Falcon just is it used to be a character, now it's a piece of machinery and just a piece of merchandising. So there's my thoughts on that. So Rey's going to go back to Octu to get Luke's lightsaber. So we got to take away Luke's weapon and give it to this bitch again. Woo! Plot point I didn't see coming. Let's talk about Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren, or Kylo Ren as we like to call him on this channel. So he's going to kill Snoke. Is that another big twist? Ooh, just like at the end of Return of the Jedi. Remember when Luke turned on the Emperor? Remember when Vader turned on the Emperor and didn't say no? So we're going to have that mirrored, and that will make this one the best because reasons. And he tries to get her to join. Like, this just sounds so misguided. Like, remember when you were a kid and you had to write a paper the night before and you just kind of put something together? You didn't really pay attention to your sources. You just wrote down some shit and you turned it in, and your teacher said, I get what you're doing, but you don't show any work. Like a math problem. Remember your math problems, you'd have the answer and it'd say must show work, so you'd lose a whole bunch of points. That's what this is. Like, Kylo Ren, I'm going to avenge you, grandfather, or do this or that. So you know what his plot or his motivation is. But, like, the work to get there makes no sense. We knew Vader wanted to seduce Luke to the dark side. He kept talking about power, we'll rule the galaxy as father and son and take down the Emperor and do all these things, even before the Rule of Two existed. So you're like, oh, okay. And Luke never wavers. He's just like, that's not true, that's impossible. He screams no. He's the ultimate good guy. And then instead of joining the dark side, he would rather kill himself. Kylo Ren and Rey's story tries to mirror that, but the mirror is broken and all the shards are missing. So there's just holes in this mirror. Like, you see a little glimmer of what he's trying to do, but overall, it's just a broken mess. And that's what this new Disney Star Wars sounds like. Another broken mess. Will it make money? Of course, because there are millions and millions of stupid people out there that are going to be throwing their fucking money left and right. Oh my god, a BB-8, a black version of BB-8, I gotta buy the fucking pop vinyl. Oh my god, a Porg, let me get the stuffed one and give it to my kids because we all love Porgs. We all are so happy for this new, we're just so happy. We don't know why, we're just happy because of reasons. Here's our fucking money, just take it because we're so happy. Like, fuck you people. You people are the reason we'll never get great movies again. And you people are the reason that the 20th Century Fox merger with Disney will happen and will be successful because you people are so dumb. Now you're thinking to yourself, well, this guy sounds like an asshole. If everyone likes it, why does it matter? Because here's the thing. Me and a small friend group of people are the only ones that are thinking logically here. We're thinking about the good and the bad. All you people can process is the good because that's all you want to do. You want to ignore the possible ramifications. Hey, The Last Jedi's coming out. It's going to make a bunch of money. Well, independent theater owners can't fucking show it because there's a 65% take from Disney as well as a 4-week guarantee in the biggest auditorium. So if you work or live in a small town, and everyone sees the movie in the first week, you can't take it off the big screen because Disney will fucking either sue you or there'll be some ramifications. So you have to lose money because everyone's seen Star Wars. Nobody wants to see it anymore. So there's all kinds of ways that Disney is going to fucking ram it down the throat of the little guy and try to just buy out entertainment. So when we live in the future and everything is just Disney-fied, this is why, okay? Remember in that shitty Star Wars movie when Natalie Portman goes, this is how Liberty dies or something with a thunderous applause. This is how entertainment dies with all you fucks out here. Yay, Star Wars, it's so great, I love it, my childhood nostalgia, buy the merchandise, this is the best one yet. And then in 10 years, there's no more movies for people that are adults. We'll never have another bloody action flick. We'll never have this, we'll never have that. Why? Because you people were just so excited for Star Wars. So I really don't have anything else to say. I hope you enjoyed my rant. If you didn't, I'm sure you'll let me know. And if you did, I'm sure you'll let me know as well. But Star Wars is like the harbinger of doom when it comes to entertainment because at least, look, the prequels were not perfect movies. I'm not even going to go out on a limb and say they were good movies. But what they were is they were unique and they were Star Wars films. They were their own thing. And maybe Star Wars evolved a little different from the prequel of the original trilogy, and some of you loved it, some of you hated it. I don't really love the prequels. They turned me off for many, many years to Star Wars. But my point is, they kept the same sensibilities and the same level of tension and drama and tone. George Lucas tried the episode 1, the Disneyfication with episode 1, and everybody just doesn't like that movie. There's a huge backlash, and deservedly so. But when Disney does it, because of their big Disney bucks and your stupidity for your nostalgia, oh, I loved Aladdin and the Lion King as a child, Disney Star Wars is going to be so great. No, it's really just a jumbled mess of unoriginality and garbage and bullshit. And I hope you enjoy it, because that's all you're ever going to get for the future. So, episode 10, 11, and 12, if this shit's true that I'm reading, I'm passing it up. I don't care if it gets us 1 million views on this channel. At this point, I'm just fed up with it. The fact that this is a real thing and that so many people are so excited. I hope, best case scenario, that people wake up a little bit to this shit. Like at the end of The Cable Guy, when the TV turns off after Jim Carrey hits the satellite dish, and Kyle Glass opens up a book and starts to think. Hopefully you people, when you leave the theater, instead of just looking at each other and your fucking families in the car, that was great, kids, wasn't it? Better than the last one, better than The Empire Strikes Back. Like, instead of doing that dumb shit, think about it from just a story point aspect. Like, we learned that Rey's parents are nobodies. So you literally spent the last 2 years of your life going on and defending this fucking movie. Oh, Rey's going to be a Kenobi. Rey's going to be a Skywalker. This, that, and the other. She's so important. And then you find out she's a fucking nobody. So you have spent the last 2 years of your life wasting time on this shit. You're the one who's been duped. But when you're made to feel stupid by somebody like me on the internet, when I sit and call you out and all this shit, you get angry at me. But when Disney, a big faceless corporation, does it to you, oh, I'm just honored to have the privilege to see a new Star Wars film in the theaters again, okay? This is my privilege to make myself look stupid at the behest of them just because of Star Wars. So, I'm done. I'm done. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. If you're a fan of world-class bullshitters, give this video a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to the channel, turn on your little notifications bell, and check out our Patreon. $1 a month helps us out, and it gets you all kinds of great content like all of our Star Wars commentaries. But 17 cents a day, which equates to $5 a month, gets you so much more, and it helps the channel so much more. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, you're bitching about Star Wars and you're plugging your own thing. Well, here's the thing. Our goal is to spread our voice. And because of the 70-plus patrons we had right now, we're able to do that on new equipment and really help change entertainment. So if you're like me and you're fed up with the bullshit of entertainment, do something about it. And we'll be that voice. Disney doesn't care about us. Disney doesn't really care about you. They care about their money. So if we can just open all of your eyes to the stupidity and just make you question, instead of accepting these movies blindly with all this hype and nostalgia that you're going barreling towards it with, if we can just make you think about the originality or lack thereof with these movies, then we have done our job, and we're only able to do that because of the people like you. So again, thanks to all of you out there. Thanks to you who have watched this video. Share it. If you didn't want to be spoiled, I'm not going to apologize to you because I warned you at the beginning of this video. And thanks for watching. We'll be back later in the week with another video, and then this Thursday night / Friday morning, we'll be back with our review of The Last Jedi, so we can confirm all of these spoiler rumors and such like that, and then you can make up your own mind after there's verification, 100% set in stone, that this was really how the movie was, and then you can tell us what you thought or what you did. Also, one final addition. Remember in The Empire Strikes Back when Han, Leia, Chewie, and C-3PO couldn't go to lightspeed because the Falcon's hyperdrive motivator was down? This is the exact same thing as The Empire Strikes Back, where they can't go into hyperspace, but for a different reason. Well, we're being tracked, and they'll find our location if we go into hyperspace. Well, in The Empire Strikes Back, we can't go into hyperspace because it's fucking broken. So there you go, another similarity. Sorry to add on to this already long video, folks, but as I was editing this and listening to the synopsis back, I just thought to myself, hey, another Empire Strikes Back similarity. So this Thursday night, I hope you go to the theaters, and I hope you enjoy Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back again.
Prepare ship for light speed.
No, light speed is too slow.
Light speed too slow?
Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed.